Sure?
Yeah.
It's got the timer there at the bottom so we can see when it's getting towards 10.
Okay. You're going to start with saying I look nice.
I am.
I've got my makeup on.
You look lovely.
I don't think you've seen me in makeup for months.
Haven't. Lee will be loving this video.
Yeah, I know. And
he'll come home.
Do you think you're going to mention my weight loss?
Mention the weight loss.
We've got to find the really small positives. Anyway, thanks for doing this video with me. I really appreciate it.
Oh. Well, I can't even talk. So, yeah. You've seen from the title of this video that that sadly we have had a very bad diagnosis. That Nay has been diagnosed with stage 4 bowel cancer. Mm-hmm. The diagnosis, well, the first meeting with the surgeon was 22nd of December, and then the oncology meeting was Christmas Eve. So we've been quiet for a long time, and yeah, necessarily so, but we are at the stage now where we're just, it's not that we want to talk loads about it, but we want to raise awareness. It's really important. It's helped both of us a lot to learn about what we're about to face as a family, and also, it is our reality now for however long, and that's that, and Naomi from the podcast. We've just recorded a podcast. We're having a really, really good day. We're taking our good days. Put myself in the mix. But this is going to be, about surviving and supporting.
And sisterhood.
And sisterhood.
I said you've got to get sisterhood in there. So I asked SJ if she would do the video with me, because I wanted to raise awareness and give a real... So the reason I wanted to raise awareness is, so I'm 42 and I had symptoms, and I've been from symptoms to diagnosis. It's been really quick. So end of October, so it's literally was half term. I was with the girls to obviously December, I think it was 22nd, 23rd, and then Christmas Eve was when we were told it was stage 4. But in reality, because there's COVID and loads of scans and all those things in between, that actually has been quite a full-on process. It hasn't been slow by any means. I've been in and out of hospital, and my symptoms were really, I think, really severe. I mean, obviously, anyone that's poorly and managing pain every day, it feels like every day is a long time. But the reason I really wanted to make this video is because this made me cry. So when I was Googling all my symptoms all the time, so I had bleeding, and it took a long time for me to lose my appetite, ironically, but all these different things were happening. And obviously when you're Googling, then what happened is a video popped up, and it was this girl, and I've since messaged her. So she's aged 33 and had stage 3 bowel cancer. And by listening to her video one night when I was on my own, awake in the middle of the night, and I listened to it and I thought, I've got all those symptoms, and it had popped up. I wasn't looking for bowel cancer, but it popped up because I'd been Googling all these other things that were symptomatic. So by reading that video, the thing is that we've not really mentioned is that I didn't tell anyone that I thought it was cancer, because A, it feels like a really big word to throw around, and then maybe it's not and you'd feel like a wally. But our dad has got throat cancer, so he was in the midst of having radiotherapy. So for me to go, and just so you know, I'm not very well. Everyone knew I wasn't very well, actually, because even though I was trying not to ask for help and stuff, it got to the point when I wasn't eating and I was in pain all the time.
So severe. So
I was having to have help from Bear doesn't leave my side, by the way. This is a really interesting dog fact. Literally does not leave my side, even if I'm in the loo for hours. So people were having to help me, including my mum and dad. So they did know, and my dad had said, I'm really worried. And so the other thing is that we do have bowel cancer in our family. So not something at the forefront of our mind. And really sadly, it's my dad's dad who died at age 55 of bowel cancer, but that was 40 years ago. And so treatments, even if you're thinking, oh God, I've got symptoms and it's in my family, one thing that has massively, massively reassured me is, 40 years ago, given a week to live, to me now at 42 in 2022, it's so different.
Every 50, I found this stat now, that you can say every 15 minutes somebody's diagnosed with bowel cancer in the UK. So it's not anything like it used to be, where it was a kind of older man's disease. So the symptoms was this bleeding, huge one-off. I was on stupid
No,
holiday.
you weren't. No, you weren't. So I think, if truth be told, maybe I had bleeding before, but I don't remember it. So what I would say about that is, if you're sort of a woman watching this and you're thinking, you know, you could have thought it's vaginal bleeding. Like, I just thought nothing of it. Small amount ages ago, but I couldn't even tell you when. Not momentous.
They said the tumour's only been there 6 to 12 months though.
Yeah, so the tumours are going to say, yeah. And then what I've got is a mass underneath it. So the mass underneath is what's giving me the pain. So that's what's
not a tumour mass. It's like a very, very huge sore, almost like a wound.
No one medical has used the word huge. Huge. Yeah, well, I know it's huge. So I can't go to the toilet. Going, huge. No, Sarah Jane's been like epic, as has my husband, as has all my family and friends. It's like been amazing, and that's something I wanted to say, is that you've got to talk about it.
Not be embarrassed.
Not be embarrassed. Everyone will help you. The output, I have never felt more loved in my entire life, or supported. Even from like my dad, who was literally so poorly at the time, and could barely talk with his throat cancer. He would like mutter out like just a few inspirational words, and it was just, you know, disaster.
Just such a total craziness that Christmas Eve was his last radio and we're into it. In a way, it's sort of been like layers of sort of pain in a way, hasn't it? And it's just like, this can't get worse. Oh, it's gotten fucking worse.
And then we all ended up at oncology together
on Christmas Eve. We stood outside crying, and then 2 seconds later we were at home making Christmas for the kids. Like, you just can't describe it. Like we were saying, loads of you guys would have been through.
Yeah, so if you're watching and you're young, so what happened with me is, I had in half term, and only a mum will understand this, I just was out with the children in a cafe, and I was like, we were supposed to be going to the park after, and I said, God, girls, I've got to go to the toilet. Anyway, the public loo was closed because of COVID, so then I put them in the car, and I was like, we can't go to the park anymore, dashed home, and on the way I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to wait. And this was all really odd, because nothing had happened prior to this. So then I just pulled in at this farm shop, but of course, Summer, my eldest, was like, I need to go as well. So I was like, oh my God. So anyway, I was like, I have got to go first, which obviously a mum will understand, like, you never ever do that. You're usually sat there hopping. Anyway, so I went, and then it for me, it was a bloodbath. So it was completely, the pan was completely filled with blood, not normal at all. And then, I mean, to be honest, I thought I had piles. So what I wanted to say, and then I did tell a few, obviously I told my husband when I got home, I said, God, this really weird thing's happened. He was like, cooking dinner, like, oh, all right, didn't want to know about that. And then I saw a friend the next day, and I said, can you tell me about piles? Because she'd once told me she'd had them like a long time ago. So she told me about them, and I was like, yeah, that's what I've got. Oh my God. So I was self-medicating for all of that for a little while. And obviously it takes a while to get into the doctor. But by the time I got to the doctor, my symptoms were much worse. Then I was going to the toilet all the time, and not going to the toilet just had to be the feeling of your bowel not emptying. So I was just in there the whole time. And to be honest, I'm not going to underplay it. It is mega painful. Like now, I'm sort of on, you know, really, you know, morphine and things to get through the day. And I do know when it's worn off. But all those things aren't to be scared of, because the level of care and the love and the team and the staff and how amazing they are is exceptional. So I just wanted to just say to you, if you're watching this, I think it might be that you found me because my heart goes out to you, make me cry. If you've got any symptoms, or you're worried, or you might blimmin' video pops up, or our video, sorry, pops up because you're Googling symptoms.
Or if you're being fobbed off and you're thinking, they're saying, no, it won't be that,
and you're too young. So when I first went, they said colitis, which all makes sense, colitis or Crohn's, and I was like, oh yeah. But mine was getting worse all the time, and to be honest, it was quite quick, my diagnosis. So I had a colonoscopy. So if anyone's having one of them, again, just don't worry. I get lazy messages, and they're like, you've got to fight, and you've got to beat this, and I know all that. I know that. But the reality is, you just got to show up, and that's the truth. Is you just have to go, show up, and do it. And I mean, we go. Sarah Jane's been coming we've got like a rota thing in place, and someone comes with me every
We
time.
just said today, it's so weird because we've literally just got back from hospital, and tomorrow morning we've got a huge oncology meeting, and we just said it's just so weird because it's just a day. Like, you do these things, like yesterday, MRI scans, because basically what's happened is it's bowel cancer. The reason it's stage 4 is that it's spread to the liver. So that's quite typical because the lymph node spreads from your liver to your big clean out. So the lymph nodes come out, they go around the body into the liver, and there's a liver spot tumour. We're going to do another video which is a bit more detailed on diagnosis and what to expect from all the scans, because as we said, it's just...
Because I would want to watch that. That's the only reason I'm doing it, is because if one person watches it. So this girl that I watched her video, when we got told, my husband was really shocked, and it was, you know, beyond heartbreaking. But for me, I knew, but I just couldn't say the words out loud. But I had said to my husband, it's going to be we're going to be lucky if it's stage 3 because of my symptoms. So
you had prepared.
I had prepared
really
myself,
well.
but not on purpose, not by being amazing. Just literally because there was one video popped up, and I've emailed Emma and I've said thank you, and I hope that one day this helps someone. Anyway,
which is what you said you weren't going to say.
Yeah, I don't want to say journey. I don't want to say fight. And I don't want to say I hope it hurts one person.
No strong emojis or you got this, girl. So we'll talk a bit more about it. We as we said, it is just our lives now. We don't, you know, we can't do anything apart from go through it. We will fight this, and we will.
And they are saying they're treating to cure.
They've said they're treating to cure. So we'll talk next. So basically, next week is radiotherapy, then it's chemotherapy, and the shitter is, I'm sorry I'm swearing, but it just makes me, I've got a huge amount of anger, but it's just all that before surgery, then it'll be surgery, then it'll be, we'll see.
We'll see. But the other thing I wanted to say is that because a couple of my friends have been really angry, and they'll be like, I just can't believe this is happening. But I've got a friend who's been through it, exactly the same cancer, and I just want to say that we've just got to really be aware that if you have any symptoms, you've got to ask, because I don't feel what I mean. I don't feel sorry for myself. I don't feel any of those things. I literally think it's 1 out of 2. So we're sat here, it's 1 out of 2. I say to my husband, it's 1 out. Why be shocked? That's what everything says, and I'm in there every day, and it is. There's so many people in there.
People, and we've
normal,
got
just living their
family,
lives.
And Dad and they have cancer at the same time, and that's hopefully we're going to have all our bad luck in one big dose. But we will.
I just want to send love to anyone that's got any symptoms, and just give you the strength to go. And then I'll just do. I feel that I would have liked to find a video when it was saying what an MRI, a CT, a PET scan, talking to my children, all of those things. And we'll just do a little quick blast now and again. And Selene's going to support me through that. So that's really great.
We've got a lot of
I'm not allowed to say it's for the memories.
I'm not allowed to say anything about memories. We recorded the podcast, so we do our podcast together, and we did just record one. So we're going to take our good days to record. We love doing that.
On the bad days we can think about.
And we just, the other day on the bad day, we just literally laid in bed together and wrote the podcast until you fell asleep. And we just thought that we're going to do that. And for me now, I've hired a nanny 2 days a week, so I'm going to be here hopefully 2 days a week and at home 3 days a week, and we're just all literally
takes that.
So that's that.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Sorry. So that's that. Right. I don't know if I'll keep comments on or turn them off, because sometimes, even though it's lovely as you guys are, I just can't be bothered for anyone writing even. I don't think anyone write anything mean, but somebody might write stupid links to misinformation, and we're not giving any misinformation. Just our story, sisters supporting what you can do to support a loved one, and we'll do it together only on this channel. As we said, when we can, every few weeks there'll be an update from us, and we are very well looked after and supported by you guys, and thanks very much.
Thank you. I did it.
Bye guys.
Well done. Oh yeah. Bye guys. Did it.
God.
Done.
Salads.